So here you can see that I am currently in first place. I'm digging pretty deep if you look at my power graph, and second place is closing in extremely quickly. Will I be able to pull off this win? Stay tuned to find out more. Hey everyone, welcome to another video, and today I will be providing commentary and a brief analysis of the mini mountain Massif TT race. And I got extremely close to taking the win here, but I was just passed on the line. So this is going to be a pretty interesting video, and I'm going to be digging pretty deep in this video because it is a hill climb time trial, and that is kind of my specialty. So right now you can see that I am currently in 10th place, and that is including the C's, A's, and B's. So I was actually in more like 9th or 8th place, but I was still a long ways behind from first, around 8 seconds back, and I was using a gravel bike, so the riders who were using a road bike got a pretty big advantage over me. And I was also racing with a teammate, Bav, extremely strong rider that I've raced with quite a bit. So this is going to be a pretty exciting race, and right now you can see that I'm already bringing my watts per kilo up to 6 WKG, so I am just flying past these riders right now. I am now in 8th place, so I've already passed 2 people, and this is I was very happy with my result from a previous race that I've done on a course that was like this. So I had high hopes for this race, and I knew that this fit my rider type, so I had extremely high chance of taking the win on this course. So you can see there I just passed 2 more riders. One of them was a C rider, but I'm still holding a steady 6 watts per kilo, and at this point I'm starting to suffer a bit more than I was earlier, and I just keep propelling forward. There are now only 3 riders ahead, but I know that once I catch these riders I need to keep pushing in order to catch Ella Dixon, who is currently on the front doing around 5 watts per kilo. But I know that it won't take too much to catch him, but the hard part is going to be staying with him after this extremely hard effort that I have done just to catch back up to these riders. Once I pass the 2 riders, Bav, a teammate of mine, and a really strong Zwifter, he catches onto my wheel, and we kind of just push through these riders. We had coordinated to do this race together, and we were discussing tactics earlier. We were both going to go pretty easy until the start of the climb, and then just go all out and try to get as high of a power for a 5-minute power as we could on the climb. The climb was around 0.7 miles long, so a relatively short climb, and it was gravel, which only slowed us down a bit more. This is a pretty short race of around 1.9 miles, and it is the Mountain Massif series kind of thing. Mountain Massif is kind of an organization of a bunch of different race series. It's pretty cool, and this is actually my first time that I've gotten a chance to actually race this race series. So right now you can see that I am currently attacking on the front right now. I am just trying to get a gap, and I'm perfectly fine with Bav following me, but he is not as light as I am, but he does have a killer sprint. So at this point I just gave it my all, and I was like, I'm just going to go for this win and see what happens at the end. At this point in the race, I had no idea how this race was going to end. I was just putting my head down and pushing as hard as I could. I knew that there's only 0.4 miles, but I was constantly looking up, hoping that the distance would clock up and the distance remaining would go down. But every time I looked up, it was the exact same. This race definitely gave me memories of the race that I won in the Giant Gravel Crusher series, and I have that video up in the corner, upper right hand corner if you want to watch that video. I went solo from around 3 miles out, and I was able to hold it all the way to the end. I was hoping that I'd be able to do the same for this race, but there was one really strong rider, Bav, and I knew that it was going to take everything I had to stay away from him on the finishing stretch. There's 0.2 miles left, and even if he passed me, I didn't really care. I had already put in my all, and I was already happy with getting second in a race, as I have not been doing as well as I would have hoped to in the past month or so of racing. So right now you can see that Bav is just flying on this course, and his numbers turn orange, and that's when I know that I'm pretty much done for. He's going to come flying right by, and I'm getting prepared for that. I surge a tiny bit, but then I just realized there's no hope. and I ease off slightly because I know that I've already done my hardest, I already done my best, and I was brave enough to make a pretty bold move and go solo from quite a ways out, and I was overall really happy with my performance from that race. I did set a new 5-minute PR for, I believe, 205 watts, and I had an average power of 194, 196 actually, 5.4 watts per kilo. I was super happy with that because I was so close to a 200 watt average for a 7-minute race, and I was just so happy that I was able to do such a strong race, and it really just gave me a boost of confidence because I haven't been doing as well in Zwift races recently. So technically my teammate did steal a win, and I'm actually perfectly fine with that, and I'm happy with that because I know that I put in the effort that I could, and I know that he's just a better sprinter. In the end, he's always going to win the sprint off in most scenarios, and I was just really happy to race with a teammate and have fun with Zwift racing. If I were to do this race again and I could have a second chance to make all the same decisions that I made today, but in a different way, I probably would not have changed much. I would have tried to dig deeper when I did the attack and try to do around 7 watts per kilo to really try to open up that gap and make it harder for our Bav to close the gap from me and him in the finishing stretch. I'd highly recommend this race because it was a lot of fun, especially for those of you who are climbers. Although it is a smaller race, it is a ton of fun, and that was some of the most fun I've had during a Zwift race. Thank you all for watching, and I should have my 300 subscriber special releasing sometime next week, so check that out and get ready for that. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe. It really helps support the channel, and that's pretty much it for today. Ride on!